Hi everyone, my name is Charlie, and today I arrived to work with no incidents. It was quite exceptional, really. The traffic was flowing. Even when you came to like a long bit of traffic, it wasn't there for that long. And so, yeah, I got to work and I'm quite happy about it. I did see the driver of the BMW at Costa, and this irked me somewhat simply because I would very much like to have a coffee from Costa, but alas, I am saving up for a computer, and thus all luxuries have gone out of the window. Not that I had many. I had 1 cup of coffee a week with my mother, and then at Christmas that turned into 1 cup of coffee every single day I was at work because I was that bleeding tired. And now look at me, a pillar of strength and vitality who stopped taking vitamin D in September and questions whether that was a good idea. Yeah. I had Sunday off, as I always do. I am most grateful to the people that responded to my reader boredom video and gave me some good suggestions as to how to combat the boredom. I did read a book yesterday that left me quite astounded by the author's craft, and that book was And After Many Days by Jawa Ile, and yeah, I will be recording a review for that book, but that hasn't really taken me out of this feeling that I'm bored with books. That was just one exceptional book. And then I went back to look at my shelves later and I was like, what have I got here now? And I do think it's going to be a case of just like picking the next one off, reading it and hoping, morning Mr. Magpie, and hoping that it's another exceptional book. But are we likely to get that? I was questioning whether to read Chintu next by Jennifer Nansumbuga Makumbi, or another piece of literature that isn't related to white Britain or white America. I do have Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race ready to read, and question whether that will be my next book, because I did have that on a tentative TBR for this month. But I never do well when I create lists. I love to create lists. That is one of my favourite things. Writing a list and then getting to tick things off book-wise, or, shopping. I even like ticking off a shopping list. I like lists. And, yeah. So far, I'm looking at this list of books I made to read this month. So far, I've unhauled 1 and read 2, which means there's about 9 more books on that list. And a few of them need to go back to the library. So we're doing really well. And I watched a bit of YouTube. You will know which videos I watched because of those I liked. If you want to know them, please feel free and go and look at what Charlie happened to like, because they are all very good recommendations. Simply because I have forgotten them. I can remember quite a few people did shout-out videos yesterday. MCS Books, Beth Chats Books, and Lisa of West Coast Reads are just a few memorable ones. So if you're looking for new booktubers to follow, go over there. They've got a ton for you to find and like. Oh, and also, happen to check out their channels as well, because they are making brilliant content. Dave of Wild Reads had his video of 6 on Sunday, which is where he shares the 6 books he's most interested in coming out this week. That's great, because I get to look at all of the things that I can't buy, which I don't mind too much, actually. I found that not buying books for all of these months has actually been, apart from being brilliant for my bank balance, it has left me more critical, maybe? No, not more critical. It has allowed the hype to die down to the point that I can see whether or not I am still interested in a book. And then, of course, to top everything off, we had Steve Partridge's live stream last night, Sundays with Steve, and as usual, it was a religious, sexual tale of debauchery in Britain and Berlin. Some would call it postmodern, some would call it abominable, and Mary Whitehouse would be turning in her grave. But it's great fun, and it gets me out of having to watch Countryfile. So, what more could you ask for? A few weeks ago it was Dancing on Ice, but we weren't watching Dancing on Ice. We just happened to turn it on to see somebody spinning around, and then we thought, well, why did we ever actually like this show? And then last night, to top everything off, after the fun that was my day of doing nothing but be idle, I wrote a page. 1 page. I'm doing real good here, kids. I wrote 1 page, and all I can remember was this bit where I wrote, dirt by the back door, fresh dirt, dirt that had clearly been trodden in. And I don't know whether you can tell, but I desperately want to sneeze now. Oh! Also another video. Adam from Memento Mori has returned. There we go. I mean, he is one of those booktubers whose channel I have followed since near its beginning. I don't know. I'm quite fond of his content, so I was quite glad to see him return, as were many others. So yeah, that was another video. See, once I awaken, slowly my memories from the day before return. Anyway, I'm looking upstairs to see whether I can see the man eating the toastie I know that he's just bought from Costa. Am I jealous? I'm jealous of the coffee, not so much the toast. It's very expensive toast, is Costa toast. Anyway, what did you get up to on Sunday? Do let me know down in the comments. I am going to switch this video off so as I can sneeze. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, that is all.